So what happens? What can you generally expect when you've caught a narcissist in a lie? Well, why don't we ask somebody who's diagnosed with NPD and willing to tell us the truth about what it is that they do when they're caught in a lie?
Situation, what I would have done as a narcissistic person, I would have flipped it back onto her. It's not my fault you have trust issues. Haley is a friend of mine, and I knew you would be, because you're so insecure, I knew that you would do that. I knew that you would follow me, and I knew that you would question my motives.
This is so real though, and Lee's example of how they flip the script, this is really the thing to watch for. Way more so than regular gaslighting, in my opinion, which is what's happening in this video. If you go watch it, he stitches a girl that catches her guy, not catches, sees him at a restaurant with another woman. And the regular gaslighting, which is bad enough, by the way, they make you question your reality. No, that wasn't me. You didn't see me there. Your friends are telling you stories again. But when they flip the script the way that Lee does in his example, they have you pivoting from questioning your reality to questioning your reaction to their behavior. And that's exactly what they want. This is exactly what happens to me with my ex leading up to my final discard. I came across a photo of him with a 19-year-old girl at this caves excursion. And some people might say, well, that sounds innocent enough, except for the fact that he lied about who he went with. And he was being super weird the 2 to 3 weeks leading up to said excursion. And when I confronted him, I was super calm. It was very hard to be, but I just said, hey, can you explain this to me? It was almost identical in how Lee flipped the script. He didn't deny it. He didn't say, no, I didn't go with her, or you're imagining things. First, he accused me of stalking him. Then he tried to convince me that she's just a friend and I'm overreacting. To which I said, well, no, you lied to me. You said that you were going with your male friend, but that wasn't the part. When he came home and I asked to see pictures, he said, oh, we couldn't take our phones into the cave. It was wet and dark, so there are none. And when he realized he'd been caught with the new supply and there was nowhere else to go, he pivoted to, yeah, you're right, I did lie. And I had to, because look at the way that you're reacting right now. You're so insecure and so jealous. You don't even trust. The only reason this is a problem is because I went with a girl. If this was a guy, there'd be no issues, Kelly. And here's the really scary part, guys. At the time, his tactic worked. I believed that my reaction, my jealousy and insecurity was the problem, and that's why he had to lie to me. At the time, this was like 6 years ago, I didn't know what a covert narcissist was, not really, or a trauma bond. I really believed that I was the issue. Looking back, he'd been putting me through a pretty intense devalue for quite some time. I just didn't really understand it. But I tell you, after I saw that photo with the new supply and he realized he was caught and didn't have a plan, the devalue turned up to max volume and he brutally discarded me within 30 days. So the moral of the story, if you catch a narcissist in a lie, you see something like this girl did at that restaurant or the photo that I saw, it's not just the gaslighting, oh, that didn't happen, you didn't see that. It's when they flip the script to make you believe that your reaction is unhinged, that there's something wrong with you, not the fact that they lied. That's what to watch for.